What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Today I'm going to tell you about the Gen 5 recently released Pokemon that are the best additions to your battle party. Yes, there's quite a few new Pokemon, so let's go over them. We're going to start out with this graphic made by Couple of Gaming. Now, this graphic is intended to tell you about all the new Pokemon that you can evolve through trading now, so really quick we'll just go over that. You can evolve through trading Kadabra, Machoke, Graveler of Alolan and Kanto forms, Haunter, Boldore, Girder, Karrablast, and Shelmet. And of course, many of those are new, such as Girder, Boldore, and Karrablast and Shelmet. So, if you guys have any more questions about that, just know that once you trade those Pokemon, once you have them traded, you can then evolve them for a 0 candy cost. But quickly moving on to the new Pokemon that have been added. Out in the wild, you've got Roggenrola, Tympole, Dwebble, Trubbish, Karrablast, Joltik, and Shelmet. Those are in the wild, and out of those in the wild, the ones that you really want to look for are Karrablast and Shelmet, because those two can be evolved into some really strong Pokemon, which we're going to look at in a second. Also, Pokemon appearing in eggs. In 2-kilometer eggs, you can get Venipede and Dwebble. Pretty cool, but not exactly what we're looking for. In 5-kilometer eggs, you're gonna get Roggenrola, Tympole, Trubbish, Karrablast, Joltik, and Shelmet. Once again, Karrablast and Shelmet are interesting Pokemon that we're going to look into, but most importantly, take a look at this 10-kilometer egg pool. Timburr, Tortuga, Archon, and Axew are going to be all hatching out of 10-kilometer eggs now. So 10-kilometer eggs are the ones that you really want to be looking for. Why? Because you want to hatch a very good IV, Timburr, Archon, or Axew. So let's dive into why those Pokemon are so important. 3 out of 4 of those Pokemon are going to be amazing for battles of all kind, PvP and PvE. So definitely hatching a 10k egg is actually worth it now to get a good Timburr, Archon, or Axew. Tortuga is okay too, but we're going to focus on those 3 today. Conkeldurr is a new Gen 5 Pokemon recently added to Pokemon Go. Of course, you cannot find it in the wild, but you can get Timburr out of 1-star raids and 10-kilometer eggs like I've already mentioned. So you guys can see that Timburr evolves into Girder, and Girder evolves into Conkeldurr. And all of these Pokemon are pure fighting types. Pokemon Go Hub says that Conkeldurr is the second best fighting type DPS in the game right now, behind Lucario. Conkeldurr's DPS is almost a full point lower than Lucario, but it's much bulkier, so in certain situations it will outperform Lucario. Remember that Lucario is a fighting type, but it also has that secondary steel type, so sometimes if you're fighting against a fire type Pokemon, Conkeldurr could be the way to go. When it comes to doing PvP against other trainers, you're going to look at using Counter Dynamic Punch and having that second unlocked charge move of Stone Edge, which is a rock type move. Of course, Conkeldurr comes in as the 21st overall option in Master League and the #1 ranked fighting type. Its downfall is it doesn't have access to Power Up Punch, however, its bulk and strength make up for it if you're in the market for a fighting type for Master League. So take a look at their research right here. It says for Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. Overall, it's number 129 in Great League, number 52 overall in Ultra League, and number 21 overall in Master League. That's a very powerful ranking in the overall of all the Pokemon for the 3 leagues. But when you take a look at, for the fighting types specifically, it's amazing how close it gets to the top. In Great League, it's number 8 for fighting types, Ultra League, it's number 3 for fighting types, and Master League, it's number 1 for fighting types. So since Conkeldurr is now our #1 fighting type for Master League, that means you really want to try to find those 100% by doing a raid or hatching eggs, because it's going to be something that you can definitely invest those candies in, and it's going to be something worth you to power up all the way for Master League. So this is something that you can also dump your rare candies into, or whenever you get Timburr candies from hatching or doing those raids, start pouring those candies to get a good Conkeldurr later. Next up on our list of beasts is going to be Haxorus, a new dragon type Pokemon. He is such an awesome fan favorite, and of course, his first stage is so adorable, I guess his basic stage, as Axew. Axew is super cute, and it evolves into Fracture. Fracture evolves into Haxorus. So now in PvE, like I'm talking about raids or gym battles, you want to be using Dragon Tail and Dragon Claw to get those double dragon type movesets. It says that Haxorus is going to be the 3rd best dragon type DPS in the game right now, behind Rayquaza and Salamence. It has DPS slightly higher than Dragonite, but is far squishier, so realistically, you should slot Haxorus behind Dragonite. With better moves, Haxorus would perform stronger. So maybe perhaps there will be a community day for Axew later, or perhaps they'll have maybe a Axew research day. Maybe we'll get some sweet moves for Haxorus later in the game. When it comes to battling other trainers with your Haxorus for PvP, you're going to be using Counter, which is a fighting type move, and Dragon Claw as a dragon move, and have that second charge move unlocked to be a Night Slash, which is a dark type move. And you guys can see for Pokemon Go Hub's rankings in Great League, Ultra League, and Master League, Haxorus comes out in Great League as number 127 overall, Ultra League is the number 136 overall, and Master League number 39 overall. So not exactly the best overall out of all the other Pokemon. However, because Haxorus comes in at number 6 for Ultra League and Master League and number 8 for Great League, that means it's a very formidable dragon type. So if you happen to hatch a very good Axew out of 10 kilometer eggs, it could be worth it to invest those rare candies if you get a good IV one. Next on our list is Gigalith, a super cool rock type Pokemon. It starts out as Roggenrola, then it evolves to Boldore, and Boldore evolves into Gigalith. You can see for PvP that you should have it know Smackdown and Rock Slide, so it has a double rock type moveset. Gigalith is the 5th best rock DPS in the game right now. That being said, you have to be aware that it's a full 4.09 DPS behind Rampardos. It barely out DPS's Aerodactyl, and it's far behind Tyranitar in terms of bulk. So let's look at it for PvP. It should know Smackdown and Superpower and Rock Slide, so 2 rock type moves and a fighting type move. And let's go straight into the rankings with Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. You can see that in Great League it's not very viable, coming in at number 255 overall. In Ultra League it's number 134 overall, and Master League is number 59 overall. So not that great overall, but when you start to look at Ultra League, it's number 3 for rock types overall. And for Master League, it's the number 4 rock type overall. So it seems like Ultra League is going to be the sweet spot for Gigalith, and especially if you get a high IV one, especially closer to 100%, power that all the way up for Master League. Next on our list is Archeops. He's a rock and flying type fossil Pokemon, very similar to Aerodactyl. It first starts out as Archon, and then it evolves into Archeops. So let's take a look at its Pve Movesets. It should know Wing Attack, which is a flying type move, and Dragon Claw, which is a dragon type move. Archeops is the 4th best rock and the 6th best flying type DPS Pokemon in the game right now. Archeops actually has a very impressive attack stat, but is hampered by the lack of a flying type charge move and a less than stellar rock type charge move. Archeops is the one Pokemon that could be improved in the future because it could be a real powerhouse if it ever gets access to some better moves. I noticed that Pokebattler was saying this on Twitter earlier today, so we could be seeing maybe even like an Archeops research day or an Archon research day. So if you get a very good IV one, it could be something that would be worth it to invest those rare candies in. Maybe one day we'll get some sweet moves for Archeops so that it can be a little bit stronger. But right now for PvP, it should know Wing Attack, Dragon Claw, and Ancient Power. So it's covering Flying, Dragon, and all those rock type movesets. And then you guys can see in Great League, Ultra League, and Master League, it's not exactly very viable right now, being number 296 overall in Great League. Ultra League, it's number 218, and Master League, number 106. But still, if you do get a good Archon, make sure you keep it and hold on to it because maybe they'll get a good moveset one day, so that way you can charge TM or fast TM those new good moves. Once again, we don't know if Archon or Archeops will get any moves in the future, but it's very, very possible. So hold on to those good IV Archon and Archeops. Next up is Escavalier. He's a bug and steel type Pokemon. First, you need to find yourself a Carablast, and then you can evolve it into Escavalier through trading. But with PvE, it should know Bug Bite and X-Scissor, so it knows double bug type movesets. And Escavalier is the 5th highest bug DPS in the game, but it's still worse than Scizor. Scizor is what they call a baseline bug type in our heads, and we're pretty sad to see Escavalier perform lower than Scizor in PvE, but however, in PvP seems to be another story. So for PvP, Escavalier should know Counter, Mega Horn, Bug Bite, or Drill Run. So lots of different movesets could be covered here, depending on how you're going to play your Escavalier. Coming in as number 32 overall and the number 2 bug type in Ultra League, PvP is where Escavalier's real value is, with the number 1 bug type being the regional Heracross. So if you're into Ultra League and don't have access into a PvP worthy Heracross, Escavalier could be your answer. There are better options in the Great League and Master League. So you guys can see the ratings for Great League is it's number 88 overall, Ultra League number 32 overall, and Master League number 66 overall. That ranking is still pretty far down the list, however, it did much better overall than very many of these other Pokemon on our list. So Escavalier could be a good one that you really need to look out for. So keep your eyes out for a very good Carablast. Remember that you can hatch them out of 5 kilometer eggs, and make sure you start pouring those rare candies into that for a good Escavalier later on. So everyone, these are the top Pokemon that I'm going to be looking for now that this new wave of Gen 5 Pokemon are out. Let me know in the comment section below which out of these new Gen 5 Pokemon are your favorite and which one do you think you're going to be trying to evolve first. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video at all, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.